no seu livro de 1812 que continuou a ser a fonte autorizada da psiquiatria durante os próximos 70 anos. Ele era tão reverenciado que em 1965 Rush foi consagrado pai da psiquiatria americana no selo da Associação Psiquiátrica Americana. Nos finais do século XIX, os crescentes fracassos da psiquiatria em curar a loucura ameaçavam os seus lucros financeiros, obrigando-os a inventar novos modelos médicos.
The cures promised when it was delivered. So by the 1860s and 70s, a growing mood of pessimism was covering Europe and North America, that effectively the new institutions were ever growing in size, but not growing in their effectiveness.
O século XX trouxe mais modelos médicos. O psiquiatra americano Henry Cotton mutilava os seus pacientes, removendo-lhes partes do corpo, e declarou que este era um grande avanço para tratar as doenças mentais.
The earliest target was the teeth and then the tonsils and the sinuses. But when patients didn't get better, the enthusiasts for this treatment then started to move down the body and to say, well, obviously patients have swallowed bacteria in their saliva, so stomachs need to go, spleens need to go, colons need to go.
Com a escalada da indignação pública pela tortura e mutilação de pacientes, os psiquiatras inventaram novos métodos, cada um aclamado como cura milagrosa. Mas cada um provou ser tão ineficaz e brutal como o anterior.
This is a history of psychiatry, more or less, to damage the patient. I mean, this is a version of the original model, which was to chain them like animals.
If you're doing it to somebody because you insist that they have to change, and you're going to do that by turning the screws, you might say, whether it's with medication, restraint, whatever, that's torture. And a huge part of what psychiatry has done really comes down to torture.
Ao avançar no século XX, a psiquiatria continuou a procurar a legitimidade ao transformar-se em disciplina médica. Mas somente conseguiram criar formas mais eficientes de infligir tortura mental e física e morte. Um legado que tem continuado até à psiquiatria moderna com o seu mais lucrativo modelo médico até hoje. Drogar milhões de pessoas. Mas para o conseguir, os psiquiatras primeiro tinham de destroçar uma das crenças mais preciosas da humanidade, decretando que as pessoas não eram o que pensavam que eram. Universidade de Leipzig, Alemanha, 1879. O professor Wilhelm Wundt faz experiências sobre os sentidos humanos. Wundt declara que os pensamentos, personalidade e comportamento do homem não são mais do que reações químicas do cérebro.
Wundt became frustrated with his inability to change behavior because he was dealing with the original, psychology. That's the psyche, that's the soul. He created a new science, which was based on man being an animal without a soul, to be trained. Not to be a thinker, but to be trained.
Estudantes de todo o mundo reuniram-se para estudar a nova definição do homem por Wundt como um organismo sem alma. O espírito da época foi resumido pelo filósofo alemão Friedrich Nietzsche.
Gott ist tot. Gott bleibt tot. Wir haben ihn umgebracht.
Seguindo a teoria de Wundt, o russo Ivan Pavlov fez experiências com animais ao procurar métodos para modificar o comportamento.
Pavlov studied in Wilhelm Wundt's laboratory in Leipzig, Germany, in the late 1800s. And he experimented with dogs, with electrodes and stimulus response, denying privileges to denying rewards.
And he noticed that when you brought out some food in front of animals, dogs in particular, that they would begin to salivate. So he'd ring the bell at the same time that he brought the food out, and then eventually, instead of bringing the food out, he just rang the bell, and of course the dogs got all excited. He called that a conditioned reflex.
Os primeiros sujeitos de testes foram crianças. Pavlov perfurava-lhes as bochechas para recolher e medir a sua saliva.
Pavlovian conditioning became one of the major foundations of a lot of behavioral science research in the 20th century.
A ideia de que se podia controlar o comportamento com condicionamento repetitivo ficou conhecida como behaviorismo.
The behaviorists believed that all children are animals and can be trained as animals. This was the view of behaviorists. As a matter of fact, John Watson, the most famous of the behaviorists, says that you have to treat human beings or look at human beings the way you would look at the ox you slaughter. See, the behaviorist is not interested in what's up in your head or your soul because they don't believe there is a soul.
O sucessor de Watson, o psicólogo de Harvard, B.F. Skinner, acreditava que todo o comportamento podia ser manipulado para adaptar-se a qualquer fim que o psicólogo behaviorista procurava.
Skinner developed what's called operant conditioning, where he was able to demonstrate you can change animal behavior by certain schedules of reinforcement, by giving them rewards at certain times, and then you can teach pigeons to play ping pong, for example, and you can teach rats to run mazes, and you can teach human beings to seek certain economic or societal rewards.
Skinner could actually shape new behavior patterns, and this actually was the sort of thing he quite soon became very famous for.
Talvez a sua experiência mais famosa tenha sido a caixa Skinner.
He was designing the Skinner box, which is something like a big plate pan, but everything in it's controlled. The temperature's controlled, the light's controlled, and so on. And the idea is then you present children with certain stimuli that you want them to learn to react to.
Durante quase um ano, Skinner isolou a sua filha numa caixa similar às que construiu para ratos.
The child was stimulated and had to respond in a certain way, like a chicken or a rat in a cage, because they firmly believe that children are animals. If you believe, though, that a child is a human being, you can't train him like a rat.
Hoje, o Instituto Nacional de Saúde Mental dos Estados Unidos paga quase 40 milhões de dólares por ano com dinheiro dos contribuintes para a investigação da psicologia behaviorista. Um total de 19 mil milhões desde 1948. Com esses fundos, os psiquiatras aplicam as mesmas técnicas de condicionamento desenvolvidas por Pavlov, Watson e Skinner. Um bom exemplo. Um centro de detenção juvenil onde as crianças estão ligadas a baterias de 270 volts e recebem choques na chamada terapia de aversão.
Antoine was having a number of problems because he was up at a center that was shocking him every time he did anything. There was a button on a little, almost like a TV remote, that would be used and pushed.
They will get an additional shock for trying to remove the electrode. So they're expected to sit there and let this electricity pass through their skin without trying to remove it. If they yell in anticipation of the shock, they will shock the student an additional time for yell.
The cost to send a student to Judge Rottenberg from New York is about $214,000 per student. These students are tortured. They're given this electric shock therapy for no other reason but to inflict pain.
Outras técnicas incluem administrar eletrochoques para tratar desvio sexual, enviar impulsos magnéticos pelo crânio para interromper a atividade cerebral e alta voltagem através de elétrodos implantados cirurgicamente para reprimir o comportamento problemático, o que custa até $100 mil por paciente. E enquanto esta ciência sem alma levou a técnicas de modificação do comportamento que continuam a gerar milhares de milhões de dólares em investigação e tratamentos, também lançou as bases para outro movimento psiquiátrico que causaria a morte de milhões de pessoas.
January 1945. As World War II comes to a close, the full horror of Hitler's final solution is exposed. With grotesque killing factories, unparalleled in human history. Mass graves filled with corpses of men, women and children.